Professor Hattori used to be the vice chairman of unit. Good morning, everyone. I would like to speak in Japanese. I am at the Graduate School of Science and Technology of Keio University. I have three backgrounds. METI, JPO, Japan Patent Office. I worked for them, and also in Tsukuba, I was in charge of IP division of JST, and also the third career was the TLO at Keio University. Based on those past careers, I compiled today's presentation. First of all, I would like to look back the history, Japanese history of industry-university collaboration. We are in 2015 now. Japanese universities systematically started promoting industry-university collaboration in 1998. So what happened back then was to aim at the establishment of TLO in the universities. And they needed people, they needed experts in that area. So Japan Patent Office invited or dispatched the experts of TT to universities. And in 1999, a Japanese version of Bayh-Dole Act was introduced. And then in 2002, IP Basic Act was enacted. And then 2003, next, Ministry of Education, Science, Technology and Sports drew up a 5-year plan to support universities to establish intellectual managing office. 2006, a fundamental law of education was amended. The amendment was to include university, the third mission, which is contribution to the society. Their first mission is education, second mission is research, by the way. 2008, MEXT, in their 5-year plan, began to support universities to develop and realize a strategy for collaboration with industries. And 2011, MEXT began to assign URA research as administrator to universities. So what is the current situation? To the left, we have researcher here, and to the right, we have society. From university to the society, there is one arrow, which is the social contribution, the third mission. And they can do that through contract research and joint research. And also they can do so through licensing and also establishing start-up companies. This is the statistics made available by MEXT. This looks at the entire Japanese university situation. We see years horizontally, and we see a value or number vertically. To the right, we have a year of 2013. The value is about 40 billion yen, not big so much. However, in the past few years, it's increasing. Contract research and joint research with private companies are on the increase. Looking at the joint research, funding provided by private company, on average, per it's 2 million yen per one collaborative research, not big. Almost half of such research has received below 1 million yen funding, meaning that that is probably the collaborative research per se, for the sake of collaboration. Maybe those collaborative research were not really seriously made. And this is the breakdown of the collaborative research. The budget of the collaborative research is on increase. SMEs received only this much, less than 1/3. And international companies' involvement in industry university collaboration remains quite low over the past years. Probably it's good. I mean, this poses good opportunities for international companies to collaborate with Japanese universities. The same applies to the contract research to your right. So this is about the license revenue. I was talking about the collaborative research so far, but this is the licensing technology transfer trend. This is 2013, just like collaborative research. This shows the total number of licensing activities of Japanese universities, and number itself has been on increase. And this is the breakdown. Patent represents quite a lot of portion, and research material also makes up a certain percentage. So this is the overall trend. It seems like industry-university collaboration has becoming more and more active, and I would like to make a quote of actual cases. The first case is from Kyoto University. In Kyoto University is receiving most number of funding through the industry collaboration. And within such Kyoto University, MIC, Medical Innovation Center, seems to be one of the most prominent projects. This is about drug discovery. From fundamental research to clinical development, MIC, Medical Innovation Center, collaborates with a certain company. For example, with Takeda on the SNC, Central Nerve System Control Drug, they have conducted collaborative research from fundamental research activity to the actual clinical study with Takeda. And there are other collaborative projects with the other companies. And second case is the Osaka University joint research. With the departments of Osaka University, and the private companies started independent laboratory, for example, and then the company sent their research staff to this laboratory, and those researchers are stationed there. And then the university send university researchers and students to this laboratory, and they work together. This is quite useful from a people development point of view. They have total 37 projects of such, and they have 6 laboratories created together with the companies. This is the initiative of Shionogi Pharmaceutical about the drug discovery. Kyoto University, Osaka University, those are 2 major universities here in Japan. There are lots of small and medium-sized universities, and Shionogi is reaching out to those even small and medium-sized universities to get the seeds of drug discovery. During 5 years, the maximum 15 million research grant is to be provided by Shionogi Pharmaceutical per year at maximum. And they're exploring university seeds in a quite extensive manner. This is the licensing case, example of licensing. Tokyo University TLO head is Mr. Yamamoto, is the biggest. And number 2 is Kyoto University. And this is a case of Kyoto University because their activity in recent years has become quite active. This is 2013 compared to the previous year. Their funding increased by 100 million yen because of the IPS cell study. Professor Shinya Yamanaka won a Nobel Prize with IPS cell study. This is an upcoming emerging technology. They're trying to translate this technology into outside of Japan. And Rush, so they license that technology out at the reasonable price so that the wider range of researchers can use this technology. And this is made possible by President Mr. Yamamoto. This is the venture company called Pepsi Dream, originated in Tokyo University. This is not just a simple venture company. They work together not only with the Japanese pharmaceutical companies, but also the global pharmaceutical companies. So this is a seed originated in university, and this collaboration does not sit only inside Japan. This is a case of Keio University, where I'm coming from. This is a picture of the current president of Mr. Mashita. 7 years in the past, they kept share number 1 in web conference system business. So they can see your counterpart data graph on the PC screen and can have a conference. This is a business framework. Keio University set up IP Center in 1998. The president, Mashita, was a student back then, and he invented this business framework back then, and then he started his own company. And in December 2013, this company was listed in Tokyo Mothers. Another case? This company also was listed in Tokyo Mothers in 2013. So the previous case was with the student, and this venture company was established by faculty member. The business is about metabolome analysis. More than 1,000 metabolites can be analyzed at once. And another example is about using artificial spider thread. US NASA failed to produce a dress or clothes with the spider silk protein. However, this company is now mass producing the dress made of artificial spider thread. It was like a bullet-proof cloth. I touched it once. It was not really smooth touch, but it was made of the artificial spider thread. It was said to be stronger than iron, yet as flexible as nylon. This is a totally new material. It can be used in an automobile and so on. Finally, I would like to talk about human resource development. When it comes to TT promotion, university industry collaboration, what matters most is people. So I am a core member of UNIT now. UNIT covers 43 Japanese universities and 22 TOs and 4 public research institutes. So those are the membership of UNIT. It's like Japanese version of Autumn. We do hold annual conference every year in September. About 500 people would attend this conference. This is a 2-day conference. And we do have a training program, especially led by Mr. Yamamoto. JST. This is the affiliation organization of MEXT. They provide this type of training. URA was sent to universities by MEXT starting in 2011. This is my activity. This is about developing next generation PhD. Professor Shiroyama had some talk at the onset, but the next is now working on leading program, KO leading a program. In KO's case, in a case of 2-year masters in engineering, once students finishes it, and then they can spend another 1 year for a different academic field, and then they spend another 2 years for doctoral study. And within this doctoral 2 years, students can take up on the challenge that can lead to the actual commercialization. Kyoto University, Osaka University, thank you very much for your cooperation to compile this document today.